Today we're talking about how to turn FOMO, fear of missing out, into JOMO, the joy of missing out. Yep, you heard that right. Finding joy in missing out. We're exploring how doing less, but doing it better, can actually help you achieve more of what truly matters to you. Now, if you've been listening to previous episodes, you know I'm all about chasing dreams and seizing meaningful opportunities. That hasn't changed, but today we're talking about a different kind of wisdom. Knowing when to let things go, even good things, to make space for the great things you've already chosen. Let me tell you a story about this. When my daughter River was about 16 years old, she needed new pointe shoes for ballet. So I went with her to the shoe fitting, and her teacher, Miss Sheila, sat on the studio floor near a stack of shoe boxes that all had pointe shoes inside, all different sizes and different brands. Apparently, none of them fit exactly the same. They fit differently. So Miss Sheila would gently help River position her foot just right in each new pair of shoes she was trying on, and then River would carefully rise up on point and take a few delicate steps to test the fit. And with each pair, her teacher would look up from her spot on the floor and ask, "How are these?" And Riv would say, "They're good." She'd shift her weight foot to foot. "I like them." And then Miss Sheila would pause and ask, "Do you like them or do you love them?" And Riv would say, "I like them." So back into the shoebox they went, and on the no stack of boxes. This continued with pair after pair until there was one pair my daughter put on and her face lit up. She rose up on her toes, her tippy toes, and before Miss Sheila could even ask, she said, "These are the right ones. I love them," as she did a twirl. And the search was over. That experience of watching that interaction and that simple question of, do you like them or do you love them, has actually helped me make countless decisions since then. It perfectly captures what we're talking about today. It's not about saying yes to everything we like because, let's face it, there are so many likable things out there. It's all about being selective enough to make space for what we truly love and finding peace in letting the rest go. We live in a world of bright, shiny objects, endless opportunities, activities, possibilities that all look exciting, especially to possibilitarians like us. And hey, most of these things really are good things, but trying to chase every exciting opportunity often means we can't fully invest in any one of them. Here's a super simple example. Imagine you're at a food buffet and everything looks so good and you really want to try it all. But if you pile your plate too high, you end up not really enjoying it as much as you could because you're so busy trying to fit in one more bite. You never really slow down and take time to savor what's already on your plate. And that's where JOMO comes in, the joy of missing out. It's the peaceful feeling that comes when you look at something interesting and think, that looks fun, or helpful, or awesome, but I'm already invested in something that I love. It's the contentment of knowing you're giving your full attention to what matters most to you. So this isn't about becoming a minimalist, although I think that's great, but that's not what this is about, or never trying new things. Remember, we're still dreamers and possibility seekers, but it's about being intentional with our energy and our attention. I really love the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, and he talks about how it's not how to get more things done. It's about how to get the right things done. So the right things for you, what you've already decided on. So I want to share some powerful tools that have really helped me and can help you too, to recognize when something is a genuine opportunity or something that's a great thing, but the timing isn't quite right, or if it's just a bright, shiny distraction. So 4 things here. Number 1, the 8, 9, and 10 scale. I use this a lot. If it's not at least a 8, it belongs in the not right now category. Life is too precious to spend on 6s and 7s. So save your energy for what truly lights you up. You got to decide, is it good? Is it better? Is it best? We want to go with, if it's a 9 or a 10, heck yeah, go for it. If it's an 8, sometimes I'll go, it's an 8. Yeah, it's on a case-by-case basis, but 8s are usually good. If it's lower than that, it's like, I don't have the extra bandwidth for that right now. And that has always served me well to use that scale. Okay, number 2, here's another one. The expansive or contracted check-in. And you can just feel this in your body. When you think about adding this new thing to your life, notice how your body responds. Does it make you feel open, expansive, like you're opening up to possibility and good things that will improve your life? Or are there places in your body that feel a little contracted? Like, I'm not sure, like you're shrinking back, like, I really want to, but it might be more time consuming, especially down the road. Your body knows the answer before your mind does. So make decisions from love, not fear, especially fear of missing out. And your body will talk to you. Pay attention to that. Number 3, the future self test. And by the way, my episode number 2 is all about talking to your future self. So this falls right in line with that. So imagine yourself 6 months from now. Will this new thing have helped you move closer to your chosen goals, or will it have pulled your attention in yet another direction? Number 4, the love versus like scale. So this is what I talked about earlier. Remember those ballet shoes? Apply this to opportunities. Don't settle for what you merely like when you could be investing that same time and energy into something else that you really love. Here's a simple way to practice with this one. I use this all the time. It's been really helpful for me. When I'm clothes shopping, look at that pretty blouse. Those are my colors. I'm not sure if I love the ruffle here on it. And then I just ask myself, it's just a habit now in my brain. I'll ask myself, do I like it or do I love it? I like it. I like it a lot. Do I love it? No, I don't love it. Okay. This one's also super handy when you're cleaning out a closet. Sometimes we get in the fear of missing out of, if I give this thing away, I might need it down the road. Don't make decisions out of fear. Make them out of love. Think about, it feels so good to clean things out. Do I love this? Yes. Okay, keep it. Or at least put it on probation in the back of your closet for 6 months and ask yourself again down the road. But if it's I like it, do I ever wear it? Do I ever need it? No. It just makes a super simple way to make decisions. Here's what's fascinating. Once you start practicing JOMO, something magical happens. That anxious feeling of, I should be doing more, starts to fade. It gets replaced by a sense of peace and knowing that you're fully present for what you've chosen. You have a certain amount of bandwidth and you're using it in the right time and right place for this season of your life that you're in right now. And that feels really, really good. That's where the joy comes in. And this is what Greg McKeown calls the disciplined pursuit of less. It's not about doing less randomly or saying no to things haphazardly. It's about being intentional and disciplined in our pursuit of what matters most. Think of it like this. We all have good and better things in our lives. And when we keep our eyes focused on the best, sometimes we're not sure what that is, but when we strive for this, decisions become clearer. So an opportunity might be good, it might even be better than good, but if it's not the best use of your time and energy right now, letting it go creates space for what is. You might see a friend or you might see other people starting exciting new projects and think, oh, wow, that looks amazing for them. And you can celebrate their choice while being content with your own path. That's when FOMO really transforms into JOMO. I'm going to be very vulnerable and share a personal experience that taught me this lesson the hard way. Years ago, I invested in an expensive business coaching program. I had the money. It promised amazing things. I mean, this was tens of thousands of dollars. It was very expensive. And it promised all these things, and it promised a great return on your investment. And even though I had prayed for insight and I thought very long and hard and carefully about this big decision, I felt good about it. I went forward. I realize now, looking back, I was operating from FOMO. I was so afraid of missing out on what seemed like an amazing opportunity. And I knew early on in this program that the coach's approach wasn't really aligned with my style or my values. But because I'd invested so much money, I kept following the program, doing everything exactly as taught, and I ignored my intuition about what my business really needed. That entire year became one big, bright, shiny distraction and pulled me away from the things I knew in my heart that I could have been doing for my business instead. So looking back, I'd wish I had those JOMO tools that I mentioned before. I would have recognized that just because something is good for others doesn't mean it's right for me. And sometimes the bravest thing we can do is let go of a seemingly perfect opportunity because it doesn't truly align with our values and our path. So this brings us to an important distinction: reactive versus proactive choices. When we're caught up in FOMO, we often react to every exciting opportunity that comes our way, worried we might miss something amazing. But JOMO comes from being proactive, thoughtfully choosing what deserves our attention and finding peace in focusing our energy there. One powerful tool for staying proactive is creating what I call a not-to-do list. Unlike a to-do list that tracks what you want to accomplish, this list helps you identify what you're choosing to let go of right now. Maybe you decide not to start any new projects until your current one is complete, or to master your existing commitments before taking on others. Having this clarity helps you stay focused on what matters most to you. And the power of a not-to-do list is that it helps you make decisions in advance. So instead of feeling torn about every new opportunity, you can check in with your list and think, this looks fabulous, but right now my energy belongs elsewhere. It's incredibly freeing. Now, let's talk about maintaining focus once you've chosen your path. Because let's be honest, those bright, shiny objects, they don't stop being tempting just because you've decided to focus elsewhere. In fact, sometimes it seems like they come up more. I don't know if that's true for you guys, but for me, I'll purchase something or sign up for something, and then within the week see 3 other things that I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. I wonder if I should have done that instead of this. But I've learned to be proactive in my decisions, not reactive. I told you that was a long lesson for me to learn. So if I can talk about Greg McKeown one more time, because I love that book, Essentialism, but he puts it beautifully. He talks about essential intent, having a clear vision of what matters most. When you know what you're saying yes to, it becomes easier to see everything else as optional extras. We never would want to get stuck in the thick of thin things, as Stephen Covey would say. So remember, doing less but better, it's not about limiting yourself. It's actually about freeing yourself to go all in on what matters the most to you. It's about creating space to fully live the commitments you've already made rather than constantly chasing the next thing. So if you're like me and you like to have a visual of things, this is for you. Think of it like tending a garden. You carefully choose what you want to grow. You choose which seeds you want to plant, and you give those plants the space, the nutrients, the water, the attention they need to grow and to thrive. And sometimes that means pruning back perfectly healthy plants to give your chosen ones room to flourish. It's not about having fewer plants, it's about creating the conditions for your selected ones to reach their full potential. Alrighty then, if you're up for a challenge this week, here's one that's simple but powerful. When you feel that familiar pull of FOMO, pause and check in with yourself. Ask yourself, what joy might I find in staying focused on what I've already chosen to nurture? Notice how it feels to fully invest your energy in what matters most to you. Remember, every time you choose to stay focused on your chosen path, you're not missing out, you're tuning in. Tuning into what lights you up, tuning in to the peace that comes from living with purpose, tuning into the joy of being fully present for the things you love the most. That's the true transformation from FOMO to JOMO. Discovering that the peace of doing less, but doing it wholeheartedly, creates a life that feels both simpler and richer all at the same time. So that's my message for you this week. I'll see you right here next week. And until then, keep shining.